Хохотал Билгалби, меня сортировал, продолжаем. Драгон Инквизиция. Пойдемте в зал совета. Войска.
Just as I remember it.
You didn't tell me you'd been here before.
The hero Ferelden and I came here after the Blight to visit Justinia. She was just Dorothea then, a revered mother.
It's peaceful here. You must have good memories of this place.
It was a place of comfort. It is good to see it still untouched by Corypheus. Liliana, is that you? Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie. A trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
I wish more people would fail to recognize me.
Oh, I see.
Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here. Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. They were a little cryptic. Remember that faith? That light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength in an open heart. From the benedictions every Friday. That canticle was Justinia's.
Love is divine.
That is lovely to hear. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises through it, it splits into what looks like 1,000 suns, like a broken mirror.
Yes, spectacular, isn't it?
What was that?
Looks like we opened something. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Good old Liliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Who is this Grand Cleric? I've never heard of her.
An experienced cleric. She never agreed with Justinia, but kept... I suppose now, with Justinia dead, she thought she could make her move.
I want to know what this Grand Cleric
She sent...
The Inquisition has turned Thedas away from the true chantry. It must be...
Stop us? You must be joking.
Mother Victoire is well loved by many. The Inquisition has more enemies than you know.
And Victoire thinks she can ally with them.
We don't have to be at odds, Natalie. You could come with us. Join the Inquisition.
I was called to serve the Grand Cleric. I will not betray her. Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Release her, Leliana. She's no threat.
The Grand Cleric?
She is one woman. We are the Inquisition.
The Inquisitor has spoken. Run. Tell your mistress that she has a choice. The Inquisition is coming. No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
Кое-что есть.
It's not what you expected. That doesn't mean it's nothing.
There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
She apologized in the Fade. She said she failed you. This is what she meant.
All this time, Justinia carried the fear that she was using me. But Marjolaine's games were trifles. Justinia, she needed me. No one else could have done what I did. She knows that.
Then you have to let it go. Let her go. You don't owe her anything anymore.
If it were not for you, I would have killed Natalie and called it a good thing. Thank you for showing me what was right when I couldn't see it for myself. There are things that must be said, but not here. I will see you back at Skyhold.
Something you wanted to talk about? You want to talk about... What can I do for you, your inquisitorialness?
Cassandra is waiting for the next issue.
I must have heard that wrong. It sounded like you just said that
What's so surprising about that?
Well, you have met Cassandra... Wait, did you say the romance serial? Oh, she'll be waiting for a while then. I haven't finished. That book is easily the worst I've ever written. The last issue barely sold enough to pay for the ink.
Well, Cassandra seems to be hooked on it.
And I honestly thought A Hole in the Sky was the weird... So, you want me to finish writing the latest issue of... Oh, that's such a terrible idea. I have to do it. On one condition. I get to be there when you give her the...
You've got a deal.
I'll get to work then. You know, the fact that the book is...
How can I help?
We'll talk later.
Goodbye. The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Hallam-Sharal? Cows milking farmers?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
What would be wrong with that?
Nothing. Thing is, the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
I should...
Try not...
I'm told that Ambassador Montilier is pleased with the restraint you showed in Valence.
She's positively beside herself. I will never hear the end of it. Niceness before knives, Liliana. Haven't I always told you?
Will that be all, my lady?
For now.
Пока что. Что вы, друзья?
How have you been feeling since Valence?
Good. Wonderful. If you hadn't been with me at Valence,
Я бы убил
I'd have told you that I didn't have a choice. But there is always a choice. I am more than this. I am more than what Justina made me.
What does this mean for my Inquisition? Will you still be my spy?
Of course. I would not give up my post. Not after everything. I just know now that I shouldn't ignore my heart. Mercy is not always a weak.
Do you resent?
How can I when there is so much between us? When she... No, I believe her intentions were pure. Most intentions are.
Вы даже больше самый.
You've exceeded her. She could never have imagined the power.
And now I will know how to use that. I have to stay true to who I really am, before a spy master. I almost lost myself. I received a note from the hero of Ferelden. He misses me. It is a great relief, and I appreciate you allowing... Now, can I help you with anything?
I wanted to thank you. When you came to see me, if there's anything... This sounded much better in my head.
I trust you're feeling better? Is it always that?
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes I feel as if I'm back there. I should not have pushed myself so far that day.
I'm just glad you're all right.
I am. I've never told anyone what truly happened to me at Ferelden's Circle. I was not myself after that. I was angry. For years, that anger blinded me. I'm not proud of the man that made me. Now I can put some distance between myself and everything that happened. It's a start.
The past isn't always pleasant. Sometimes you have to let go and move on.
I can't forget what happened, but it led me here. I can make that mean something. How are you holding up?
Я боюсь всех.
I'll feel better when we take down Corypheus.
As will I. He will not elude us forever.
Planning troop movements now?
I'm trying to imagine what it... All of this once belonged to the Tevinter Imperium. As for what will come next, I cannot guess the Maker's plan.
We make the world a better place.
Because everyone agrees on what better means. I know I want a world where people trust the Chantry. I want to respect tradition, but not fear change. And I have no idea if my wanting these things makes any of them right.
Even if they're not right, they're certainly admirable.
Some would disagree. They would call it...
That didn't sound like the ravings of a heretic, Cassandra.
Perhaps not. But it takes precious little effort to... Tell me, what guides you? You make decisions that shake the world, yet always seem so assured. I wish I had your confidence.
You almost sound like you admire me.
I absolutely do. I may not always agree with your decisions, But how many could do what you have done? You were a prisoner, accused and reviled, yet you've emerged from every trial victorious. The Maker's grace does not make you immortal. You live or die by your own hand. That is worthy of admiration.
Я решаю, я делаю то, что должен.
I do what must be done. What other choice is there?
The demands of the moment.
Exactly.
When we first met, if someone told me I would be pleased to have you lead me, I would have throttled them. But I am. The Maker chose well.
I hope we can call each other friends.
I hope so too. We still have a long road to travel, Inquisitor. Wherever it takes us, I'm glad you're here. What have you done now?
I get it, Seeker. You're still sore after...
I'm not a child, Varric. Do not suggest I'm...
A peace offering. The next...
This is your doing.
Oh, yes. Do you really think I'd miss this?
Well, if you're not interested, you're not interested. Still needs editing anyhow.
Wait!
You're probably wondering...
Nothing should happen to her. She was falsely accused.
Well, it turns out the guardsman...
Don't tell me!
This is the part where you thank the Inquisitor. I don't normally give sneak peeks, after all.
Thank you.
Varric's the one you should be thanking.
I am but a humble servant to my loyal readers.
I wonder if I have time to read the first...
Don't forget to tell all your friends, if you have any. Completely worth it.
I was hoping we could speak privately.
Are we not?
Right. Of course we are. The flirting. With me. I've noticed it. Unless it is my imagination, which is entirely possible.
If it makes you uncomfortable, I can stop.
You cannot court me if that's your intention. It's impossible.
What are you talking about?
Courtship.
I've heard of it. I'm not courting you.
Exactly.
Is that what you want?
No. I take it back. That is what I want, a man who sweeps me off my feet, who gives me flowers and reads me poetry by candlelight. I want the ideal. You are the Inquisitor and the Herald of Andraste. You cannot be that man.
I didn't expect you to feel this way.
I know what you say. I am a warrior. I am blunt and difficult and But my heart lies beneath all that. It yearns for the... If you cannot see that, then desist. What enamors you is but the surface.
Perhaps you're right.
I am flattered, Inquisitor. I truly am.
Before you is Service of the Minratha Circle of Magi. You met him and his Venatori in the western approach. He admits to working for Corypheus, raising monsters and using magic to conquer. He also used his connections to smuggle magical artifacts out of the approach, without his master's consent.
You stole from Corypheus. I don't know whether that's stupidly brave or bravely stupid.
I was hired by a third party. I've no loyalty to him. Might you find that useful, your worship?
I'm sorry, are you attempting to bargain with us?
Bargain? I plead. I throw myself on your mercy. I also have friends in Tevinter who owe me love. Leave what happened in the approach behind us, Inquisitor, and I can put them all at your disposal.
Отдать Харипе. Будет осведомительно пока что в тюрьму.
Liliana will assign agents to you. I expect them to inform me that you have been forthright. If you want redemption, you'll have to earn it.
I can more than pay my keep, Inquisitor. Thank you.
With an illuvion, Corypheus could cross into the Fade in the flesh.
Indeed. The Inquisitor can attest that these artifacts still work if one knows how to use them.
What happens when Corypheus enters the Fade?
Why, he will gain his heart's desire and take the power of a god. Or, and this is more likely, the lunatic will unleash forces that tear the world apart.
I won't allow it. I can't.
Indeed, should Corypheus succeed, do not doubt you would be first to feel his holy wrath.
Pardon me, but does this mean everything's lost unless we get to the illuvion?
Corypheus has a head start, no matter how quickly our army moves.
We should gather our allies before we march. Can we wait for them? We should send our spies ahead.
Without support from the soldiers, you'd lose half of them.
Then what should we do?
You overcome it. All three of you together. Josephine, have our allies send scouts to meet us in the wilds. Liliana, your fastest agents will join them. Together, we'll have enough spies to slow down Corypheus' army until Cullen's soldiers arrive.
Such confidence. But the Arbor Wilds are not so kind to visitors. Old elven magic lingered.
We'd be remiss to not take advantage of your knowledge, Lady Morgan. Please, lend us your expertise.
'Tis why I came here, although it is good to see its value recognized.
Any further instructions, Inquisitor?
The Inquisition began as a handful of soldiers. Thanks to you, we're now a force that will topple a self-proclaimed god. I could ask for no finer counsel, no better guidance.
I speak for all of us when I answer. We could ask for no finer cause.
We'll hound Corypheus in the wilds before he can find the temple or this illuvion.
Ну погнали, погнали. Подтвердить, подтвердить. Кубики. Батьки какие. ребят. Неожиданно. Ничего, вот это круто было.
Inquisitor.
How goes the battle, Captain?
Как битва, капитан?
The Red Templars fall beneath our blades,
Прекрасно,
your
команда
worship.
меня
Commander
держала.
Cullen says
Когда,
they're nearly
говорит,
finished.
почти не
Our
осталось.
scouts saw
Кстати,
crusaders
где
traveling
какая-то
towards an
осталась.
elven ruin to the north.
Можно отсчитать
We can clear you a path
мамку
through
через
these
его
armies.
войска. Так все просто будет. Так,
Do only what you must.
здесь ничего не смысла.
We need enough people for a celebration when we get back to Skyhold.
We will not fail you, my lord, no matter what comes. Andraste guide you, Inquisitor. I wonder, is it Andraste your soldiers invoke during battle, or does a more immediate name come to their lips?
They show me respect, Morrigan. No one mistakes me for the Maker.
True, you are far more likely to come to their aid than a chantry fable, but I digress. If your scouts report accurately, I believe these ruins to be the Temple of Mathal.
Which is?
A place of worship out of elven legend. If Corypheus seeks it, then the alluvion he covets lies within. Let us hope we reach this temple before the entire forest is reduced to ash.
Inquisitor, I hear this alluvion. That's where the fighting will be worst. Andraste, keep you safe.
Move everyone immediately if the fighting comes.
You may count on it. Good luck.
We are gladdened to see you, Herald. This day will be recalled for ages. We are privileged to witness the fulfillment of the Inquisition's purpose.
There are other ills, Your Majesty, that the Inquisition may be called.
We will note them with men and women of faith serve you. Their favor, with Orlais at your side, we will see you victorious again.
There. That must be the Temple of Mythal.
I hear fighting ahead.
Namelana Sabanalet.
They still think to fight us, Master.
These are but remnants. They will not keep us from the Well of Sorrows.
Well of Sorrows?
Be honored. Witness death at the hands of a new god.
Всегда честь принять тебя рядом к новому богу. Всем удачи.
Cannot be.
Не может быть.
Across the bridge.
Это сразу скорее.
At last, Mathal's
Да, везде
sanctum.
сюда. Давайте
Let
быстрее,
us
пока не
proceed
мешался
before
ходить.
Corypheus interferes.
You said
Я
Corypheus
все говорю,
wanted an
наверное,
alluvion, but he
он
mentioned a
восточный
well of
скорби. Так
sorrows.
что я же ему
Which is
нужен.
right?
I am
Yes, I understand,
uncertain
что
of what
они
he referred to.
Это же одно и то же.
You're not certain? You said you knew what he was looking for.
I suspected.
Недавно.
I did not know. Yes, I was wrong. Does that please you? Whatever the Well of Sorrows might be, Corypheus seeks it, and thus you must keep it from his grasp.
Давайте.
Let's find this well before Corypheus's people do.
Подучный Корифе.
I want to know how Corypheus returned to life. We saw him
Что надо?
die.
And his life force passes on to any blighted creature, darkspawn, or Grey Warden.
So that's how the bastard survived, Hawk.
We'll find a way to stop Corypheus once we're done here.
'Tis strange. Archdemons possess the same ability, and still the Grey Wardens are able to slay them. Yet Corypheus, they locked away. Perhaps they knew he could do this, but not how.
Ну, логично, в принципе. Что за демоница какая-то?
Why would this be here?
Something wrong.
Не так.
It depicts the dread wolf,
Van
Fen
Harel.
Harel. In elven tales, he tricks their gods into sealing themselves away in the beyond for all time. Setting Fen Harel in Mathal's greatest sanctum is as blasphemous as painting Andraste naked in the chantry.
My clan set statues of the Dread Wolf outside our camp. They're meant to frighten harmful spirits.
Perhaps. I thought the ancient elves above quaint superstitions. Still, so long as the wolf's jaws cannot close around us, we may pass safely on.
Что делать-то? Что не понял. Какой ритуал?
It appears the temple's magics are still strong.
Ancient Elven. I can't make out much.
Ничего не могу разобрать.
Here it says Abella San, which means the place of sorrow. That must refer to the well.
There is something about knowledge, respectful or pure. Shiven. Shivenen. 'Tis all I can translate. That it mentions the well is a good omen.
At least we know the Well of Sorrows was important.
Supplicants to Mathal would have first paid obeisance here. Following their path,
Perform a ritual to appease elven gods? Long dead or no, I don't like it.
if need be, unless you wish to turn back. Do not step any place you have stepped before. There can be no vacillation. This is where petitioners walked the path of their
Я понял,
gods.
что надо, что не так уж и сложно.
See what awaits.
Изи. Интересно то, что это все сохранилось, вот что интересно. кирку.
Hold them off!
Мировозделитель. Парик, спаси меня!
Come on, we might
Нет,
catch
мы
them.
их догоним.
Hold a moment.
Подождите.
While they rush ahead, this leads to our true destination. We should walk the petitioner's path as before.
You forget that army fighting for us out there? Longer we play around, the more Inquisition soldiers die. There's a hole. Jump in.
Performing these rituals may mean the difference between reaching the well before Corypheus's minions and not at all.
Это может решить, попадем мы на шкафе подчиненные ему. Он очень верно.
You're very eager to reach our destination.
Are we not all eager to stop Corypheus from achieving his mad plan?
It sounds like what you want is that well.
There is a danger to the natural order. Legends walked Thedas once, things of might and wonder. Their passing has left us all the lesser. Corypheus would squander the ancient power of the well. I would have it restored.
I wasn't expecting your answer to be so romantic.
Trust me, your surprise is matched only by my own. Mankind blunders through the world, crushing what it does not understand. Elves, dragons, magic. The list is endless. We must stem the tide, or be left with nothing more than the mundane. This I know to be true. I read more in the first chamber than I revealed. It said a great boon is given to those who use the Well of Sorrows, but at a terrible price.
What exactly did that altar say about the Well of Sorrows?
Like most elven writing, it was insufferably vague. The term I deciphered was Halam Shivanas, the sweet. It implies the loss of something personal for duty's sake, yet for those who served at this temple, a worthwhile trade.
Did you not trust me enough to tell me about this price when you read it?
I hoped to find more information. If I intended to cheat you, I would have feigned ignorance. My priority is your cause, but if the opportunity arises to save this well, I am willing to pay the cost.
And gain what?
That is what we must discover. The rituals may... Will you abandon these rituals, Inquisitor? Think carefully. There is no return once we leap after the Templars.
Что еще за ритуал, блин?
Yes?
Are you saying?
'Tis not what I expected. What was this chamber used for?
We're being watched.
Venavis, you are unlike the other invaders. You have the features of those who call themselves Elven. You bear the mark of magic, which is familiar. How has this come to pass? What is your connection to those who first disturbed our slumber?
They are my enemies, as well as yours.
I am called Abelas. We are sentinels, tasked with standing against those who trespass on sacred ground. We wake only to fight, to preserve this place. Our numbers diminish with each invasion. I know what you seek. Like all who have come before you, you wish to drink from the Vira Belasan.
The place of the Way of Sorrows speaks of the well.
It is not for you. It is not for any of you.
So you're elves from ancient times? Before the Tevinter Imperium destroyed Arlathan?
The Shemlin did not destroy Arlathan. We Elven warred upon ourselves. By the time the doors to this sanctuary closed, our time, we awaken only when called, and each time find the world more foreign. It is meaningless. We endure. The Vira Belasan must be preserved.
What is this Vira Belasan?
It is a path, one walked only by those who toiled in Mithar.
He speaks of priests, perhaps.
More than that, you need not know.
Our people have lost everything. They need you. They could learn from you.
Our people? The ones we see in the forest, shadows wearing Valisleen. You are not my people. And you have invaded our sanctum as readily as the Shemlin.
We knew this place was sacred. We've respected it as best we could.
I believe you. Trespassers you are, but you have followed rites of petition. You have shown respect to Mithal. If these others are enemies of yours, we will aid you in destroying them. When this is done, you shall be permitted to depart. And never return.
I do not trust them. We know not what they'll do on...
Consider carefully. You must stop Corypheus, yes, but you may also need the well for your own.
Знаешь, может нам понадобится. Поможем другу.
I accept your offer.
You will be guided to those you seek. As for the Vira Belasan, it shall not be despoiled, even if I must destroy it.
No!
Что происходит вообще? Старикан, что происходит? Я не понимаю.
They left someone behind. A handy guide, maybe?
Mytholanast.
That's helpful, since Morrigan chased off on her own.
She's worried about this well, not Corypheus.
Куда идти-то? Я не понимаю, куда тут идти, блядь. Что вы тут совсем?
Andraste, guide us.
А, да, разбираться. Что это?
Something.
You tough bastard.
A day's march, hours of fighting, and still fierce as dragons. The Chantry never knew what it was throwing away.
Samson, sir, watch out! Inquisitor. You and those elf things don't know when to stop. We come to the back end of nowhere. And here you are.
Тоже ты. Я пошел за вами.
You and your Red Templars weren't my concern. Not until now.
You keep getting in over your head, don't you? Corypheus chose me twice.
First as a general, now as the vessel for the Well of
Sorrows. You know what's inside the well? The kind of wisdom that can scour a world. I give it to Corypheus, that he can walk into the fade without your precious anchor.
What's your part in it? What's a vessel?
What else empties a well? I'll carry its power to Corypheus. One more task. Being force-fed Chantry lyrium was good for something. This armor makes me a living fortress. I won't forget a word of the well's knowledge. Corypheus will be unstoppable.
Corypheus already caused one disaster. Help him now, and he'll rip the world apart.
I'm helping him reshape it. He's had centuries to make ready. You're no match for Corypheus. Even if you drink from the well, you'll never master its wisdom as he could. This is the strength that Chantry tried to bind. But it's a new world now, with a new god. I will bring Corypheus the well's power and your head, all at once. To arms! Bastards! There we are. Save you now! You will fall! You're right! Those were my men!
Это большой. Здесь тоже не класс. Не смей внимательно. Ты не должен. Он еще дышит.
We can take him back to Skyhold for judgment.
You heard his parting words, Inquisitor. The elf seeks to destroy the Well of Sorrows.
So the sanctum is despoiled at last.
You would have destroyed the well yourself, given the chance.
To keep it from your grasping fingers. Better it be lost than bestowed upon the undeserving.
Fool. You'd let your people's legacy rot in the shadows.
Samson thought the well's knowledge was valuable. It could help stop Corypheus.
I care nothing for your petty conflicts, Shemlin.
You'll care when Corypheus arrives for the well.
The well clearly offers power, Inquisitor. If that power can be turned against Corypheus, can you afford not to use it?
Do you even know what you ask? As each servant of Mythal reached the end of their years, they would pass their knowledge on through this. All that we were, all that we knew, it would be lost forever.
It's better that knowledge remain in the well, never passed on. You'd rather destroy it.
You have shown respect to Mythal, and there is a righteousness in you I cannot deny. Is that your desire? To partake of the Vira Belasan as best you can? To fight your enemy?
Not without your permission.
One does not obtain permission. One obtains the right. The Vira Belasan may be too much for a mortal to comprehend. Brave it if you must. But know you this. You shall be bound forever to the will of Mythal.
Bound to a goddess who no longer exists, if she ever did.
Bound as we are bound. The choice is yours.
Is it possible this Mythal might still exist?
Anything is possible.
Elven legend states that Mythal was tricked by Fen-Harel and banished to the Beyond.
Elven legend is wrong. The Dread Wolf had nothing to do with her murder.
Murder? I said nothing of...
She was slain, if a god truly can be. Betrayed by those who destroyed this temple. Yet the Vira Belasan remains. As do we. That is something.
Are you leaving the temple?
Our duty ends. Why remain? It may be that only Uthenra awaits us. The blissful sleep of eternity never to awaken, if fate is kind.
Это все, служба закончена.
Thank you for this gift, Abelas.
Do not thank me yet, Shemlin.
You'll note the intact illuvian. I was
was
correct on that count, at least.
Is it still a threat? Can Corypheus use it to travel the Fade?
You recall when I took you through my illuvian, I said each required a key? The well is the key. Take its power, and Mythal's last illuvian will be no more use to Corypheus than glass. I did not expect the well to feel so... hungry.
Let's not be reckless. I don't want anyone hurt.
I am willing to pay the price the well demands. I am also the best suited to use its knowledge in your service.
I do not like this. She is far too eager.
I do not hide it. To restore lost knowledge, I would risk much.
And what would you do with it? You could be worse than Corypheus.
So, paralyze yourself for fear of what might be. I can give nothing but my word. Of those present, I alone have the training to make use of this. Let me drink, Inquisitor.
You alone? This is my heritage.
I have studied the oldest lore. I have delved in... Can you honestly tell me there is anyone better suited?
I would be.
You lead the Inquisition. This is not a risk you can take. I have the best chance of making use of the well for everyone. Let me drink.
You're not concerned about the price. Bound forever to the...
Bound? Perhaps a compulsion yet remains.
Are you sure you want this, Morrigan? We don't know.
We do not, and yet it must be done. I am ready.
Thoughts?
If it is truly between you and her, then let her take...
You're asking me? This is a lot of...
Any chance this well could help us against Corypheus?
Enough deliberation. Give me your decision.
Я знаю, что источник опасен.
Looking at it, listening to it. That's not just knowledge from the ancient elven priests. It's their will.
How would you know such a thing?
That's what Abelas was telling us. The collective will of the priests puts anyone who drinks under a compulsion. A gas. Can't you feel it?
That would match the legends, but it does not tell us what the gas entails. I would still use the well, but you are right. We must be cautious.
If anyone is to use the well, it will be me.
So you will take what little knowledge you can understand and let the rest go to waste?
Она не пропадет. Знание нужно инквизиции. Все осуждает. Все одобряет. Друзья.
The Inquisition needs you. Corypheus still endangers us all.
Perhaps it is better this way. Do as you will, Well of Sorrows, Inquisitor. But be careful.
Что происходит? Колбать.
Why am I here?
Что я здесь?
Corypheus. A Magister wishes to rip the veil open. I must learn how to stop him.
Это идет, отвечайте.
If you can help me vanquish Corypheus, take whatever price you wish.
That's good. Let's keep that up.
Два раза одурачили дурачка. А он в шоке, короче.
Through the mirror.
В зеркало, скорее.
It is done.
Я сделал.
I'm pleased to report we won the battle, Inquisitor. When you went through that mirror, Corypheus and his archdemon fled the field. I'm not sure why.
What he wanted was no longer within the temple.
Perhaps. He spent so long trying to get into the temple, he probably couldn't have helped his forces by that point.
Then Corypheus is finished.
If he is wise, he will hide and rebuild his strength before he attacks again.
He will not hide. He won't hide.
You hear it.
Болится.
The well speaks to you.
Да, тебя забрать.
Something from that well is speaking to me. Though it's hardly making sense.
If only one who understood such voices had used the well's power instead.
Then we'd have to rely on her interpretation of them and whatever she chose to tell us.
Have I not been forthcoming enough for you, Spy Master? I told you what the well could have done, Inquisitor. You should be hearing shouts from the heavens, not whispers.
I have the well's power, Morrigan, not you.
Earlier you said you knew what needed to be done next. What did you mean?
The dragon is not an archdemon. It's a dragon in which Corypheus has invested part of his power. Kill it, and his ability to jump to other bodies is disrupted for a time. He can be killed.
That's no simple task. Corypheus alone is powerful, but where there's dragon...
I need to summon Mythal.
Whatever Mythal was, goddess or myth.
There. An altar in the wilderness. That's where I need to go.
I see you are determined. So be it.
Are you certain of this?
Уверен или нет? Надо готовиться к худшему.
No.
Надо
You must be ready for anything. A trap? Or worse.
I'll see to Skyhold's defenses in the meantime.
Ну что ж, ребят, на этом мы заканчиваем. Такая вот серия. Кому понравилось видео, пишите ваши комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал и, конечно же, ставьте лайки. Всем спасибо за просмотр, еще увидимся. Спасибо, всем пока.